Have you ever felt too deep for the world around you? Like your soul speaks in oceans while others only understand puddles? That's why the awakened soul often walks alone, not because it is unworthy of love, but because it loves too profoundly for the ordinary heart to hold. Love, the word we all crave, the bond we all seek, is not denied to anyone. But when a soul awakens, when it sees life not just as a series of events, but as a grand dance of energy and spirit, love becomes something different. It no longer means possession, attachment, or a fleeting passion. For the awakened, love is vast, infinite, like the sky itself. And here lies the paradox. Awakened souls struggle to find love because what they seek is not what the world is offering. Most people chase love as a transaction. They ask, "What do I get from you?" rather than, "How do we expand together?" The awakened soul, however, cannot live inside this small exchange. It doesn't want someone to complete them. It knows it is already complete. It doesn't want someone to fill a void. It has dissolved the void. It doesn't want someone to chase temporary highs. It seeks the kind of love that cracks the ego, reshapes the being, and transforms the spirit. Such love is rare, and that is why awakened souls often stand in solitude. Think about it. When you awaken, your perception changes. You start to notice the masks people wear, the lies they tell themselves, and the endless games they play. You feel energies before words are spoken. You recognize when love is true and when it is only an illusion dressed in desire. And so, while others jump quickly into relationships to escape loneliness, you pause. You pause because you cannot settle for less than truth. You pause because you know your soul cannot breathe inside a cage of false affection. This does not mean awakened souls are cold or detached. Quite the opposite. They love with a fire so deep it frightens those who have never touched such intensity. Their love is not shallow. It is not convenient. It demands presence. It demands vulnerability. It demands that two souls meet without pretense, without games, without conditions. And because the modern world rarely teaches us how to love in this way, the awakened one finds few who are ready. Imagine trying to pour the ocean into a small glass. No matter how much you try, it will overflow and spill. This is what happens when an awakened soul tries to give their love to someone who has not yet awakened. The depth cannot fit into the shallow container. The intensity overwhelms. And so the awakened one learns to hold back, to walk alone, to wait for the one who can swim in the same depth without drowning. But here is the beauty. Solitude for the awakened is not loneliness. It is a sacred space. It is where they commune with life, with nature, with the infinite presence that surrounds them. While others may fear being alone, the awakened soul uses aloneness as a forge, refining their heart, polishing their spirit, and preparing for the rare connection that can match their frequency. It is important to understand that awakened souls are not looking for perfection. They are not searching for flawless beauty or fairy tale romance. What they want is realness. They want someone whose soul is unafraid of shadows, someone who can sit in silence without needing to fill it, someone who understands that love is not possession but freedom, not dependency but partnership. They want someone who knows that true love is not about holding on tightly, but about growing side by side while still being free. And yet, so many people run from this kind of love. Why? Because it strips away illusion. To love an awakened soul is to face yourself. It is to be seen in your rawness, with your fears, your insecurities, and your unspoken dreams. Many are not ready for this mirror. They would rather hide in shallow waters, where they don't have to dive too deep. That is why awakened souls often remain unchosen, not because they are unlovable, but because their love requires courage. But let me tell you this. The awakened soul should never shrink itself just to fit into someone's smaller vision of love. It should never dim its light to be accepted by those who cannot yet handle its brightness. True love, the kind they seek, may be rare, but it is not impossible. The universe has a way of aligning frequencies, of bringing together those who vibrate in harmony. And when two awakened souls meet, the connection is nothing short of divine. It is not just romance. It is a union of spirits that can heal, inspire, and transform the world. So if you are an awakened soul walking alone, do not despair. Your solitude is sacred training. Your solitude is preparing you to hold a love so profound that most will never even dream of it. The world may tell you to settle, to compromise, to accept good enough, but your heart knows the truth. It knows that settling would be a betrayal of your soul. Yes, awakened souls may struggle to find love in a world obsessed with surface-level attraction and temporary satisfaction. But this struggle is a blessing in disguise. It ensures that when love does arrive, it will not be ordinary. It will be extraordinary. It will not be fragile. It will be unbreakable. It will not fade with time. It will grow stronger with every shared breath, every silent glance, every spiritual embrace. Remember this: love is not about finding someone who makes you feel less alone. It is about finding someone who makes you feel even more alive. And awakened souls are destined to wait until that aliveness is mirrored back to them in its fullest expression. So yes, awakened souls may walk paths that seem solitary, but they are never truly alone. Their love expands beyond human connection. It touches the stars, the earth, the divine pulse of existence itself. And when the right soul finally comes along, they will not just find love, they will become love itself, radiating it in every direction, igniting it in everyone they touch. If you are listening to this and you feel like no one can meet you at your depth, take heart. The ocean does not apologize for being vast, and neither should you. Do not shrink your soul to fit shallow waters. Keep walking, keep shining, and trust that your frequency is already calling out to the one who can meet you in the fullness of your being. Because awakened souls can't easily find love, but when they do, it is the kind of love that shakes the heavens, heals the earth, and reminds humanity what love was always meant to be. Awakened souls find themselves walking a path where love feels elusive, not because they are unworthy, but because their essence is too deep for shallow connections. They carry oceans of emotion within them, while most around them only know how to swim in puddles. This creates a natural mismatch between what they offer and what others can receive. The awakened one does not want fleeting passion or surface-level affection. They crave a love that vibrates with authenticity and wholeness. Such love is rare, and until it appears, they stand alone. But their solitude is not weakness. It is strength. It becomes a reflection of their refusal to compromise. Their inability to fit into shallow bonds is not their flaw, it is their gift. And when love finally finds them, it will not be ordinary, it will be extraordinary. They move through the world with eyes that see beyond appearances, hearts that sense beyond words, and spirits that crave what is real. This makes ordinary relationships feel empty because they notice the masks people wear. They cannot be fooled by artificial affection or temporary desire disguised as love. Their awareness strips away illusions and reveals what lies beneath the surface. And so, when others chase connection for comfort, they step back, unwilling to accept less than truth. They know love is not about escaping loneliness. It is about awakening deeper life within each other. Their clarity becomes both their gift and their burden, because truth is not always easy to find. But their soul cannot settle for anything less than raw, unfiltered reality. Their love is not a whisper. It is a storm, intense, raw, and transformative. It is the kind of love that does not merely hold your hand, but reaches into your soul and changes you. Many find this frightening because it demands vulnerability. It is not the gentle comfort of shallow waters, but the fierce fire of transformation. Those who have not tasted such depth often run, overwhelmed by its intensity. But awakened souls cannot love halfway. They only know how to love fully, completely, and without condition. Their love shakes illusions, breaks walls, and invites truth to stand naked. It is both terrifying and healing, both wild and tender. This is why many cannot receive it, but those who can are forever transformed. When it comes to love, awakened souls do not rush. They pause, they wait, they breathe before giving away their heart. While many dive into relationships for comfort or distraction, the awakened ones stand still. They refuse to invest in something that lacks authenticity. They cannot play games, pretend, or fake a bond for the sake of convenience. They wait because their soul knows the difference between real and false, between temporary desire and eternal love. And though others may call this hesitation or coldness, it is wisdom. They would rather be alone in truth than together in illusion. Their pause is not fear, it is courage, for only the brave can wait for the love that truly honors their soul. Solitude is often feared, but for awakened souls it is sacred. They do not see aloneness as a curse, but as a temple where they meet their truest self. In solitude they learn, heal, and expand their spirit. They refine their love, polish their heart, and prepare for the kind of union that is worth waiting for. While the world chases constant company, they embrace the silence that teaches their time alone is not emptiness, it is fullness, filled with communion with the universe. They are never truly lonely, for their connection runs deeper than human presence. They are at home with the wind, the stars, the earth, and the divine pulse of life itself. And because they embrace solitude, they become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the rare love that aligns with them. Many run from the awakened soul because they are not ready for the mirror it holds up. To be loved by someone awakened means to be seen fully, with all flaws, fears, and truths exposed. It strips away the illusions people hide behind. It demands courage, vulnerability, and the willingness to face oneself. Most are not prepared for this, and so they run, not because they don't want love, but because they fear the truth of it. Awakened love is a mirror that reflects not just beauty, but also shadows. It is both liberating and confronting. And while many cannot handle this exposure, those who do find themselves transformed. To love an awakened soul is to be initiated into deeper truth. It is not easy, but it is worth it. The awakened soul does not desire perfection. They do not look for flawless beauty, perfect behavior, or a fantasy. Instead, they seek realness, raw and unpolished. They want a soul who is unafraid of shadows, who can admit weakness, who can sit in silence without discomfort. They crave someone who understands that love is not about control, but freedom, not about dependency, but partnership. They want a heart that knows vulnerability is not weakness, but strength. Their standard is not perfection, but authenticity. They are not searching for someone who shines without flaw, but someone who dares to be real. Because to them, love is not about appearances. It is about truth, and only truth can sustain the depths they carry. It is easy to think that because they struggle in love, awakened souls should tone themselves down. But the truth is, they must never dim their light to be accepted by shallow hearts. Their brilliance, their depth, their intensity, this is their gift, not their burden. If others cannot handle it, it is not the awakened soul who should change. Love is not about shrinking to fit. It is about expanding together. The awakened one must stand tall in their fullness, knowing that the right soul will not fear their fire, but will rise to meet it. To dim themselves is to betray their essence. True love does not ask for compromise of the soul. It asks for the celebration of it. And so the awakened must shine unapologetically, even if it means walking alone for a while. When two awakened souls finally meet, the union is beyond ordinary. It is not just romance. It is divine alignment. Their bond is more than attraction. It is a merging of spirits. Together they create something powerful, something unbreakable. Their love is not fragile because it is built on truth, not illusion. It does not fade with time. It grows, expands, and heals. Such a union becomes a force of transformation, not just for them, but for everyone around them. Their connection is rare, but when it happens, it feels like destiny. It feels like two flames uniting into one eternal fire. It is not ordinary love. It is love that touches eternity. The struggle of awakened souls in love is not a curse, but a blessing. It protects them from settling for less than what they deserve. It ensures that their love, when it arrives, will be extraordinary and not ordinary. Their waiting, their solitude, their seeming difficulty in love, all of it is part of divine preparation. They are being shaped for the kind of union that shakes the heavens and heals the earth. Their struggle is the universe's way of ensuring they never accept imitation love. And though the path may feel lonely, it is never wasted. Every step is leading them closer to the extraordinary love they are destined to experience, a love worth every moment of waiting.